Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you the final checkout video of a single slot Western Electric Southwestern Bell payphone. And Brian sent this in from Arkansas, and we did an earlier or a second video of this telephone where it was basically all finished up except for the lock for the vault, and that came in today, and we installed the lock for the vault. And basically what we have here is there was no keys to this telephone when it came in, so now we have two keys for the vault lock, and we have a single key for the body, and we were able to get these keys and locks through our supplier that we have, and a T key. There was no T key either. So basically we're just going to be doing some final checks. I'm going to go ahead and ring this telephone. I'm going to let it ring a few times. There's our dial tone. I'm going to go ahead and hang up. I'm going to switch this telephone over to a normal line, take it off the analyzer. Dial tone. I'm going to go ahead and dial a time and temp number.
Good afternoon. Our body shop can repair almost any make and model for less. Offenburg, Belleville, 234-0330. Today is Monday, January 3rd. The time is 1:03. Current temperature at 53 degrees.
Okay, now that we know that the telephone is working, I'm going to put it back over into the analyzer. I'm going to ring it one more time. I'm going to go ahead and dial the numbers. And you'll see on the analyzer there, I'm going to end in a 2. Then I'm going to pick up the handset, and if you look at the analyzer, every time you see that light on the analyzer, that red light, is 100% modulation. Hello, hello. So that we know the telephone is working now, basically what we're going to do is go through some of the other functions with the telephone. And I'm going to go ahead and put some money into the telephone. I've already done that. We're going to use this as a bank, basically, is what Brian's going to do. And that's falling into the cash box. And really what we're going to do now is we're going to start using the keys to open it up. I'll tell you, the best thing to do with these telephones, these payphones, is get familiar with them. Take a little bit of time and use the T key, see how they work. Pay attention to kind of the way the keys go in and which way they turn to unlock and lock the telephone. I've seen people get frustrated with these. Sometimes out on the road when you see guys emptying these payphones or working on them, you'll see them and it'll look like they're getting a little rough with them. Well, that's basically what they're doing, is they're trying to make sure that everything lines up and to be able to lock it up. And so it can get frustrating if you're not used to these. So it helps to take a little bit of time and kind of study the way the whole thing works and how it all locks up and which way you turn everything to unlock it and lock it back up. Brian has the card that goes right here, so we're not worried about that. He's going to install that later when he gets the telephone back. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to take the T key and we're just going to place it in place. And I'm going to take the body key and I'm going to go ahead, right over here is the lock. And so now that's unlocked and that's locked. Now the key will not come out. You want to pay attention to that. When it's in the unlocked mode, the key is not going to come out. The key only comes out in the locked mode. So now that it's unlocked, basically in here you have hooks on both sides of the body and they go in the up position when you're trying to lock it. When you unlock it, you want to throw them down. So they actually went down now, and this is being thrown up. You want to make sure that the body on these are all the way closed. And if you have to hit it a little bit, well, it's a payphone. You're really not going to hurt it any. But you want to make sure that they're in the locked position, or you get this T key kind of will jam a little bit. But that's unlocked and that's locked. So counterclockwise would be unlocked and clockwise would be locked. So I'm going to go ahead and take the body off now. I'm going to set something here so that we can set the body on it. And that opens it up. Now you're not going to be able to open it up too far because you have your little module here that it gets plugged in your little plug. So I'm going to try to swing this around a little bit and give you a look at the inside of the telephone. And I'll show you what I mean. Here's your little catches here. And there's 3 of them on each side. And if you turn it clockwise, they'll go up. Counterclockwise, they're unlocked. So that's locked, unlocked. So it helps to pay attention and get used to how the telephone works, basically. And it helps to keep an eye on that so that you know exactly what's going on and you can unlock it and lock it properly. Like we showed in the earlier video, I install a modular port here. You can simply bring a line cord in, and it's for simple. That modular port makes a very simple connection there. And you can use any size line cord you want, any color. Or you could hardwire it up here at tip and ring. And basically, that just kind of shows you the inside of the telephone. Now what we're going to want to do is take this T key, and I'm going to remove it. And you notice how the key will not come out. This T key is not going to come out unless it's in the locked position. It will not come out. Throw it up into the locked position, and then you can remove it. You want to make sure that that's stable. And now we're going to go down and we're going to remove the plug. And I'll set the telephone down and get it out of the way. That's the main body. I want to go ahead and show you the lock right here. Now this is the lock, and you have 2 keys. This is the lock for the vault, and this key will not come out in the unlocked position either. That's so that they wouldn't walk away from the telephone when it was in the unlocked mode, and then somebody could walk up to it and open it. So that key will not, you cannot take it out. You can only take it out in the locked mode. That's unlocked. So clockwise on this one is going to be unlocked, and counterclockwise it's going to be locked. And so now we want to take our T key and turn it counterclockwise, and that will unlocks the vault. And this is, I only have one hand, so I'm not going to be able to put that back on, because you have to hold that in pretty sturdy and then turn it clockwise. And so my key is not going to remove until I got it in the locked position. Now I can take my key out. Brian has another vault door, and I believe it says Southwestern Bell on it. It's in the chrome version, and I'm going to send that back to him because I want to send him his original door back also. So we'll set that to the side. Now the cash box is kind of a whole different story here. I've oiled everything, but these were kind of difficult to get out. And I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Okay, and now on this cash box, since it's not an open cash box, of course you want to flip it open. But if you notice here, there's a little lever. And when this coin box, cash box, gets plugged into the telephone where it belongs, it hits this latch and pulls it forward. Now, I have seen people try to put this back in and hammer them in, and you can't do that. There's a little locking mechanism in here that enables this little lever here to be pulled back again. And the way you do that is you open the cash box, and of course now we have a bunch of cash in it. And this little locking mechanism here, we want to release that, and that gets turned clockwise. So I'm going to grab a screwdriver here real quick. And these don't just open the first time. You have to hit them a couple of times. Now, there it goes. You want to make sure it clicks and stays about 1 o'clock. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to reach over here and grab this latch. And this would be just, when I pull it this way, when I pull it up, it's going to be just like it went into the telephone. See how the door opened there? So now your door is open, and then when you pull the cash box out, what happens is it locks. And that's not going to open again. That will not open again. So if you try to put this cash box back into the telephone, that's where people start pounding them in. You have to take this, and I'm trying to do this all one-handed here. You have to make sure that this little mechanism here, and you want to turn it a couple times because it won't go on the first time. That's just the way they set them up. I don't know. There you go. Now it's at 1 o'clock. So the latch has been set, and now it will slide into the phone, and your door is open so the cash can fall through, the coins. Once it's removed, what happens is you pull the cash box out, and that closes the box. And basically they had a seal on this door here, and since this sealed, and there's no way to really open it without destroying it, and they had a seal on here, that meant that no cash could get out of this box until it was turned in. So I'm going to go ahead and open it one more time. The little mechanisms at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, you want to take it. Now see, that time it just went, but you want to hear that click, and you want to make sure that it's at about 1 o'clock. And once it's clicked, you can put it back into the phone. And this is kind of hard to do one-handed, but we want want to make sure that that latch didn't catch. I'll set the video down for a second. Now, there you are. The box is back in place. And when I pull it back out, the door is shut. And our little mechanism has been sprung. So we know that in order for us to put it back in again, we've got to set it. So now that it's set, the cash can come out. The mechanism is set. We can slide it back in. So there's quite a bit to it, and now we know that nobody can get in there, and these things are so sturdy. If you mounted this on the wall well, you could put a whole lot more in this cash box than just some change people put in there to save it as a bank. You could probably put your house title in there and nobody would probably ever get to it, because these things are made like tanks, and that's exactly what they are. You know, you just can't get into them without the proper keys, and it would take a guy all day long to beat this thing open, and by then, well, you'd catch them. So this is Brian's telephone from Arkansas. This is the finished version of it with all the locks and keys, and ready to be used for home use. And thanks for watching. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.